Hello fellow YouTubers, welcome back to YouTube Gaming Community number 121. So it was a fun day around here today, in case you want to know, because my son came back from his grandparents and whatever reason he was severely misbehaving today. I almost thought I was actually going to drink a beer in front of the camera, which I don't drink that often, but luckily I got pop instead. So, you know, just a little bit ago I was playing Darius on the PlayStation 1, and I don't care if you've seen that game on a video, the videos do not do that game justice. It is an awesome looking, awesome game. Just one of the things that happens sometimes on YouTube where the videos can't do the game justice. But that is not my topic for the day. Maybe you've seen Steve Benway's Twitter earlier today, I saw, where he said he was posting ads on all 900 of his videos. And I thought, did he get partnership? So I went to his channel, I checked out his Friday Talkie. Because if he's going to talk about anything outside the games, well, that would be where he'd do it. And I'm not going to put a link to that video. I'm going to put a link to his channel to check out channels, because today I'm focusing on smaller videos. But the video I am going to point you to is Amisbro Late Nite Shift, Dividing Line Gone. For those who don't know what's going on, YouTube started this weekend rolling out 2 limited number of channels, non-partner channels, the ability to put ads on their videos. And I guess to see how it goes, they'll eventually roll it out more and more. Now, this is something I thought eventually YouTube would be headed down. I didn't think it'd be so soon, because I know they're still rolling out streaming to partners yet. They haven't rolled that out to everybody yet. And maybe this is one of the reasons why YouTube's been doing all this maintenance and stuff's gone wrong. They're trying to get the system and everything ready for this. Who knows? But there are so many advantages for YouTube doing this. In the community, the great thing would be if they would roll this out to almost everybody, like they do the 15 minutes or more on a video, would be it would stop that continually whining and crying that goes on about how much money the partners make money. That you'll find people finally see, you know what, partners don't make as much money as they think they do. It would also blur the line between the people who are on the top, who have some much better quality videos, to the people who are on the small channel people whose the quality difference is massive. That it would allow people, as they were to get more views and, you know, on their ads and stuff, and make a little more money, they'd be able to upgrade their channel along the way and their videos and their content, and it would allow YouTube to have a, you know, a high quality, middle, and low, which they really don't have right now. It's really either high quality or low. It would also allow one group from getting too big a piece of the pie on YouTube. Like, let's take Schmidteren Game Station, that they bring people into their group. Machinima throws partnership on their channel, where with the ability of them making money off ads earlier, they may not join Machinima, so they'd be able in a way not allow a certain group to get too big in the community. The downside to this could be a massive one in one sense. If the media were to if they would roll this out to almost everybody, and the media were to get a hold of it, and they start talking about it, then everybody and their mother would come to YouTube to make a video, thinking they could just throw a video out there and they'll make money, which would not be the case. I would assume that there would be some magical number of videos or views, like they do with the 15-minute or more, before you actually say, hey, you now have the ability to do this. If they were to roll it out to everybody. Right now they're just testing it. I mean, YouTube has been integrated basically into the YouTube Google search engine now, into Google, where you can search for the videos, you can watch the videos through there and everything. So it only makes sense that they get the bigger piece of the pie. If they want YouTube to be the be-all end-all of videos on the internet, they're going to have to pay more people. They do have had competition in the last couple of years, Blip TV and stuff. Now, they have not become the level that YouTube has become in any stretch of the imagination, but if YouTube wanted to be the end-all be-all for everything media, that's what they're going to have to do. It may allow, people like, let's take example, Freddie W, who might be more people like that who created might decide to come to YouTube, because maybe there's a chance there's an audience there, and the audience would get bigger by just the fact they were to get out there, that they're paying people money to make videos, good or bad. So, what is your opinion of YouTube rolling out this ads for non-partner channels? Do you think it's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? I think for people who just want to make videos for fun, it changes nothing, right? It changes. You make your videos no matter what, for fun, but it also allows the people who want to build something or maybe go after a dream, allows them maybe the motivation they need to do that. Or some people to continually make videos, because I know some people lose their motivation. That you'll see people when they get partnership, all of a sudden they become, revigorated again. They start pumping their video production. It's like, hey, you know what? It's just one of those things that when it happens, it gets you hyped up. Kind of like, at the job when you get a promotion, you're like, wow, I got a promotion and more pay and that other stuff, and you get really excited about it. It's the same way that happens on YouTube. So, love to hear your guys' thoughts. Now we'll read some in the next video. So, let's get to comments from YouTube Gaming Community number 120. And I actually, to be honest with you, the night I made that video, I debated strongly about talking about Steve Jobs, because I know everybody and their mother was going to make a video about it or something, flooded out there. Even I went to church today, and even the preacher brought Steve Jobs up. They brought about the fact that Steve, for a lot of people who don't know, Steve Jobs' mother last name was not Jobs. That his mother was an unwed, pregnant woman who decided to go far away from her family as possible. She had him, and the Jobs family eventually adopted him. And it was interesting to hear that story about, how all that, if that all happened, where it would be today. But first things first, let's read our comment from MaxMRD, who said, I made a video today about Steve Jobs passing. There you will hear my views, thoughts, and how I was affected. I will add, though, Steve was also a part of the success of Pixar as well. He attempted other platform for computers called Next. Without a doubt, he is a big part of what shaped the computing landscape. Sadly, many so-called hardcore PC evangelists are trolling and leaving rude comments of videos about Steve Jobs. For shame, hate him, and love him. People should be respectful. For people who don't know about the Pixar story, George Lucas originally owned Pixar, but he didn't know what to do with it. And so Steve Jobs, talked him into basically selling it to him, and Steve Jobs basically formed what Pixar was, the identity, what Pixar would do. That's why he's important to Pixar. He owned it. Also, Shar said, did you know that Steve Jobs worked for Atari before founding Apple? I wonder what he worked on there. Yes, he did. And BigDaddyDarth answered this question actually by saying he was a tech. His first stint, he was just a general technician. His second stint, he was supposed to create the circuit board for Breakout, but wasn't familiar with the circuit board, didn't know what he was doing, so he asked Wozniak to do it for him and split what he earned from the job with him. And also, BigDaddyDarth also said later in another comment, without Steve Jobs or Steve Wozniak, strange how people would leave him out, there would be no digital revolution, or it would be delayed. No GIU, or graphical user interface, which, by the way, Apple was the first to do that, or no mouse. Xerox wanted to bury it, and Apple actually. Here's the funny thing about a lot of things that happened. The Apple II computer everybody loved so much that Wozniak worked for a company at the time, and they had first rights and everything, and they turned it down, and that's how Apple became to be. Everything he did, they have the rights to, so everything he had to go through them. Just like Xerox. They had this mouse, they didn't know what to do with it. They got a hold of an Apple, and they picked up. For people say, how did Steve Jobs affect computing or gaming for me? Well, he made the first computer that had a mouse on it. They used the first graphical user interface, which you take for granted when you run a computer. Or USB. That Intel invented that 10 years before the first iMac came out, and that it just didn't catch on until the iMac did it. That there were so many things that Apple and Steve Jobs did that pushed technology, and that's what's more important. You always need someone to push technology. That's why Sony, even though the PS3, they push technology. I didn't agree with the price. It's always good when people push things forward, not when people push things backward. And that's what would be the most thing I guess you'd say from him, is he knew how to push things forward. He knew the things that people would want. Ironically, this is what I was a churchman preacher today. He knew what people wanted before they even knew they wanted it, in a way. So anyway, Jackalair VG said, Steve Jobs affected my gaming life by teaming up with Woz and pushing forward the ideal of a personal computer. My first computer was mainly a gaming machine, and I spent a lot of time playing games and even coding them from out of books and magazines of the day. I can also thank Steve for me ever posting a video on YouTube. If it were not for my son and I playing with the iMovie and getting hooked up on making silly little videos quickly, I would not be here. Thank you, Steve. You changed the world. And so, you know, that's just some of the comments about him. There are many other comments I could have read, but those are some of them. So, let's get to the videos to check out. And the first one was recommended by Carl Jansen. It is from Schmidteren. It's Black Ops Ballistic Madness, where it's using the ballistic knives to stab people. Really cool music, just to check that out. Next is, of course, BigDaddyDarth, and it's Let's Play Something, Odin Spear on the PS2. If you've never seen this game, check that out. Next is GnashTime, Crazy Final Kill, Do You Want to Play? So, he's playing a match of Gears of War 3. And he's also, while he's doing that in the video, he's talking about, you know, gives out his username on Xbox if you want to play Gears with him. And he also has a crazy kill with basically a sniper rifle in the game at the very end if you're interested in that. So next up is MikeGartner, tonight's double feature, box Coleco, Craigslist Live, and Bithead 1000 package. You got some really, again, you got a cool ColecoVision and some really cool games. You should check that out. Talking about Bithead 1000, I want to go check out his channel since he shouted him out in this video. And I'm going to shout out two of his videos. His Absurd Garage Sale Haul Part 1 and 2. Both videos combined are a total of an hour if you were to watch both of them. But he had gotten so much stuff at garage sales. It is crazy. From systems to so many box games to a Sega Nomad. He got so much stuff in these garage sale. You just have to see these two videos to believe the amount of stuff that he got in this haul. It's unbelievable. Next up, John the Gamer 64, Super Castlevania Snes Stage 1, The Outer Walls. If you want to see some gameplay of that great game. Next up, AloversGaming Tenchu 1 Stealth Assassins PS1 HD walkthrough with commentary level 1. So if you're interested in seeing what that game looks like, check out that video. Next up is COBRA 89 Reviews NES Zapper review. Josh the Cobra. He does a review of the Zapper, but not only does he do a review, he goes through the history of where the original Zapper started from, and then kind of goes forward to the NES, and then his opinion of it, and how the Zapper actually works, for those who don't know how the Zapper works on the NES. So guys, that's all for now. So I've got everything together for the next video, which will be, of course, Big Channel's video, so that'll be up tomorrow night. So till then,